Good morning, YouTube. My name is Amisbro. For this video, we are going to be doing a first impressions based on the anime Magic Kyun Renaissance, brought to us by his studio known as Sunrise. And if that name sounds familiar to you, if you're an old head anime fan like myself, you may remember an anime called Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Well, it's the same studio that actually brought us that lovely anime, and I will tell you that I'm a huge fan of it. At some point I plan on reviewing it for the channel, just as an old reminiscing sort of thing. So, what is this one about? Well, we have our lead character. Her name is Kohana Aigasaki. Now, her mother's name's Sakura. This is a big deal because that name carries weight in the school that she ends up going to. The school in question is, excuse me, it is called, I'm going to try to pronounce this as best I can, Hoshinomori, and it is a school for students of the magical arts. Each student that is going to be a main character in this series has some particular field that they are extremely gifted in. And I'll actually run down for you all of them that we're going to be dealing with. Kohana Aigasaki, she is flower arrangement. Then we have Kanato Hibiki. He is a cellist. He's the red-headed one that one of my dear friends on Tumblr and Twitter, we call her Quirky Otaku. She called this person the red-headed one. Well, that was the person's name. Then we have Monet Tsukushi. He is a painter, and he at first starts off a little bit of an aloof. You kind of expect that, though. Louis Anjo, his specialty is dance. And for those of you who are VK fans, you might look at him and go, God damn, we have an animated called Magio. You would be right, by the way, if you looked at him. Rentaro Tatawaki. His specialty is sculpting. Aoi Sumino Maya. His specialty is calligraphy. And Teika Ichioji. His specialty is singing. With his, after he hears a song once, he can then replicate the song vocally, which is actually pretty damn interesting. I have some songs where I can actually tell you the song that's playing, and it was so I tripped people out one day. I could tell you the name of the song, the album it came from, the year it came out, and the songs that came either before it or after it. It was scary as hell. But, excuse me. This is your setup. These are your characters that are involved in this particular anime. Each one has some type of gift that brought them to the school. And what is found out is, every year, the students are competing to be the Prince and Princess Arista, and the two that are successful climb a staircase in this big-ass tower, and they make the long journey to the top as the king and the queen for the year. Now that we've understood that, let's talk about the actual anime itself. Animation-wise, I'm going to say this. It was a little bit of a step down when you look at, say, Udapri. But I always say that you can have kind of animation if the story plays out good. And first episode, you're really just getting introduced to the characters, so I didn't really expect much as far as that goes. But what I was interested and intrigued by was the way their personality showed through in some way, shape, or form. You have your bubbly characters, you have your aloof characters, you have somewhat of a snobbish character. That role is filled by Teika, who's considered the king of the school. And it's so interesting as it plays out, because you find out that, they know who Aigasaki is because her mother went to school. And you see, we find out also, excuse me, that she's a transfer student in her second year. So she's going to this school, and you look at the area that they're going to be dealing with, and it's like, oh my god. The reason I compared this to Oran is for the simple fact that if you look at it, it's almost as over the top and extravagant as Oran used to be. It's like you walked into Oran Academy and they injected with steroids. I don't think the personalities are going to be that over the top. Although my man Anjo, Louis, he seems to be, so far, my personal favorite. Although I can be swayed if Kanato is actually, as nice as I think he's going to be for the next couple of episodes. I think it's 12 episodes long. Here's what's also interesting to me. We're also getting into this thing with anime where they do multimedia projects, because that's what this is. This is actually part of a multimedia project. So you got this, you got B Project. B Project was interesting because they were trying to do like 3 or 4 groups, but they couldn't keep my attention past the 4th episode. Here, I can already tell you that in the 12 episodes I'm given, they're going to get me emotionally invested in the characters, because it's not a group, it's individuals, and they have a goal, which is to get to be the king or queen Arista. Although they did pull one of my favorite tricks that I can't do as a writer. They actually show you pretty much the end result of everything, and now they're working in episode 1 to get you from where that is to the beginning, and now work your way up. And it's only 12 episodes. This should be interesting, though, because the cast that we have to work with right now is a really small, intimate cast. When I say intimate, what I mean is it's small enough that you're not going to forget people's names. It may take an episode or 2 because you're trying to get used to a whole new cast, and you might be getting used to people that you've not heard of as far as voice actors. Although I will tell you, Aoi Shota is actually involved in this as a cast member. So there is that to deal with. What is interesting, though, also in the first episode, is they deal with this idea that here's this girl, and she kind of is crushing on the one guy, Teika. But he's kind of like, I'm not having this, I'm not dealing with you, leave me alone. We also find out apparently there was a bit of there was something going on between, it's probably something with his parents and her mother, that now he is her rival, and he declares this in the first episode. And he's the only person so far to really do it. Everybody else seems to be, as far as the main characters go, because I haven't really met her yet, they seem to be pretty much, carefree, and that's good. It's fine if you have one character that's a complete jackass, and then you have the others that offset that. The problem is when you have a bunch of jackasses and you have one nice character, because you can't really, one really can't offset the jackassery. Is that making sense to everybody? Like I said, the animation, that kind of, okay. That kind of was, but, it was interesting to see the way how certain characters have reacted now to the fact that this young lady who is now going to school is the daughter of a famous student that went to the school and has the same field that she did, flower arranging. So where does it go from here? How does her interactions with the other characters go? That's going to be the big story. Because what will also be interesting is knowing how, or knowing how close to the end they show the clip from, basically, how is that going to impact also the King and Queen Arista competition by the end of the thing, to see who climbs the staircase? Because is it going to be Teika and our young lady here, or is it going to be someone else with Kohana, possibly? Or will not be Kohana at all, and it will be somebody else? Will this not have a happy ending at the end? There's a lot of ins and outs and a lot of interesting things going on here and relationships, and I think that's one thing we need to look at as far as this particular series. It's a completely new property, and it's something that we really need to look at and analyze and go, who are going to be the standout characters and who are going to be the ones that potentially fall behind, if any. So far, I don't see any that have any weak links yet. But again, this is only the first episode, and that is what our first impressions videos are based off of, the first episode. Does this series have enough to keep me interested to actually keep watching it and then review it for you in the long run? That is why we always do these. As you know, Big Project obviously didn't. That's why I didn't review it for you. But I did do Tales of Zestiria, and I did do Yu Defense Club Season 2. So, this is where we stand. I do recommend that you go watch the first episode. I do recommend that you check out this anime. And I do recommend that if you watch it and you enjoyed the first episode, please stick around for the next 11 or so, because this is going to be a fun time. Anywho, that is this review, or this first impressions. Our next two are going to be, and I forget the order, I think it goes All Out first, and then Yuri on Ice. So we'll be doing All Out, and that will be on Wednesday, I believe. Wednesday night, Thursday morning. So, I will also tell you, because I forgot to do this with Udapri. Udapri you can watch on the Anime Network and Crunchyroll on Saturdays at about 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, you can watch on Crunchyroll this anime at about 11:30 in the morning Sundays. So, you all have a great night, and I will talk to you on Wednesday when we're getting ready to go all out for some rugby. Take care, my friends. Later.